has been a long journey. As you know, I started Indiaspora 13 years ago, and we've been building to making it a global organization. And so over the past decade, we've done that. We expanded from the US to Canada, UK, Singapore, UAE, and Australia, and India itself. So it took us time. We're a nonprofit. And now the culmination of it is we have created something like our own Davos for the global Indian, our own TED. Just think of being at a place where everybody is Indian, either from the diaspora or India, and they meet unbelievable people. You have unexpected meetings. You know, you might be an AI founder meeting a doctor. You might be a climate scientist, meeting with an academic. So these are all the things that can happen. And that is what is actually happening. After the first half day, we've had so many people meet other people in the hallway, at lunch, at breakfast. And they're pretty excited with the connections they're making, the relationships they're making. I think that's a big part of this Forum for Good, is to come in with an attitude of doing good and connecting with people with that mindset. As you know, in the opening plenary, we had people like Raj Subramaniam, the CEO of FedEx. Of course, we had our Goodwill Ambassador, Vivek Oberoi, the famous actor and philanthropist and entrepreneur. We had, of course, the big star for us was the Minister of Tolerance from the UAE, Sheikh Nayan, was there. So we've had a great roster of speakers this morning. And again, this afternoon, we have so many accomplished people from the US and other countries, people like Bharat Desai, who was a founder of Sintel, to Sunil Wadhwani, to Himanshu Shah. We have so many speakers today. And then tomorrow, we have a whole roster of speakers from India. And then we close out the conference with everything good about Indian heritage, yoga, meditation, compassion. And so that's strong close to this, again, reflecting the ethos of good. What can India give to the world? So, we released our report on the impact of the Indian diaspora in the US last year in conjunction with our partnership with Boston Consulting Group. Very well received. So we decided for the forum here, we would do a similar report. And that was launched today by the Sheikh and by the ambassador, which had some very good facts. The diaspora from the UAE remits $16 billion a year. On the Indian side, there are like $19 billion of investments coming into the UAE. So there's a vibrant corridor between the two. There are also thousands of doctors in the UAE serving patients of Emirati origin. There's so many colleges now, IIT and all these campuses coming to the UAE. And also there are 4 million almost people of Indian origin.
One third.
One third of the country are Indians. Right. And not only Indians from India, but Indians from all over the world are moving to the UAE to take up residency. So it's an extremely vibrant setup, and we're happy that we have done our first inaugural forum. Well, absolutely, one of the objectives is the diaspora actually has so much talent, so much money, so many resources. And if we can aim that at India and helping India, it would do so much good, right? It's not just like the total remittances from of global citizens to India of Indian origin has been over 120 billion a year and increasing every year by 10%. So not only is money coming in, we need the talent to help, right? And you can see today in this session that you attended how the talent is getting together and saying, hey, let us help India, because we all have Indian DNA. We don't live in India, but we have Indian DNA. Our children have Indian DNA, and that connection cannot be underestimated. So I think you're seeing the results there. Yeah. So, we are not permanent people in this world. At some point we have to leave. So we have to look ahead and say, who's going to take up the mantle after us? And so the next generation of our community has to take that responsibility. So in order to kind of kickstart that, we brought 40 Indians, young people, we call them new voices from all across the world, from UK to US to Canada to India and so forth. We brought these young people from different professions. Some of them are entrepreneurs, some run nonprofits. So we brought a whole range of these young Indians and let them loose so that they can go talk to the leaders in our community, the elders in our community, learn from them, push them to do the right things. So it's been so far extremely well received. Yeah. As Prime Minister Modi has said, we're marching towards 100 years of India, 2047.
Right.
So our goal as the diaspora is to see how we can help India be successful in that march towards that goal, where India needs to have much more GDP, much more per capita income, raise the standard of living, become a developed nation. And that is, I think, one of the responsibilities of the diaspora is to help India, but also to help the countries we live in. So we have this divided kind of attention, but we need to do both. And that's the role of Indiaspora, is to say, give where you live, help your communities you live in, which is all over the world. You see that people from 33 countries represented here who are Indian, but also to help India. So we have this dual objective, and that's what Indiaspora is promoting.